All right. You want to count us in?
3, 2, 1. Hey, YouTube.
Hey.
I'm looking at you now.
Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, you're looking directly at the camera. Oh, wait, hold on.
Punk bitch. All right. So today is a special day.
Is it?
Right? My Chemical Romance, they can get their fucking learner's permit today.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
We can start driving, boys.
You can drive on the
Hell
road.
yeah.
Happy 15th birthday.
To the Black Parade. The whole parade is driving.
They can drive now.
Watch out.
They can drive with parental guidance.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, not loaded in the car.
But thanks for being here. This is Geek Republic Media's Morning After Music show.
Drive your finger to that like button and press it.
Right
and
there,
then
you
hit
click
that
it.
sub button.
Right, you click
And
it.
then
You
you
can do
hit
the
that
same thing.
bell.
You can do the same thing on Twitch too, if you want to watch this live with us while we're doing it. It's super fun because we also have a pre-show and an after show. Stay here for the whole like 2.5, 3 hours. Just fucking do it.
That's a long one.
It's a great time. This is a long Sunday.
Grand old time.
Okay, but thank you for being here. Like I said, this is Geek Republic Media's Morning After Music show, and we are doing our album review for My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade.
That's right.
Yes, I didn't show most of the pre-show.
It's fine.
Just there.
No one noticed
like, oh, it's
but
fine.
me.
Yeah. But yeah, this is gonna be a really fun show, I think. A lot of nostalgia. Ooh, fuck. Wait a minute.
Damn,
Ooh.
yeah.
Let's play that saxophone.
Okay,
Where's this
saxophone
coming
in the
from?
background. But this is gonna be a fun show. Like, harken back. This album came out when we were in freshman year of high school, 2006. Cody, you were a sophomore, so
Old.
So yeah. I love this album. It was super fun, but I think Brett and I are kind of in the same place here. There was parts of this album that I totally forgot about.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
And listening back over it, I was like, holy shit, why didn't they make this a single?
Yeah.
You know, there was some stuff that they had bangers everywhere, but it's like there was also extra bangers.
Yeah.
Okay, we should have looked at some of that.
Extra bangers.
Right. And I mean,
We're banging all over the
We're
place.
banging
All over
everything.
the
Yeah.
banging everything out here.
Alright.
But hey, let's get into it. Cody,
All right.
start it off.
Okay, here we go. You ready? All right.
Strap in, chat.
Yeah, this is gonna be a long one. I tried to get through the morning brew. Actually, before I do that, I gotta change the title. Hold on. No one look down. I had to get through the morning brew as quickly as possible because, well, spoiler alert, this one's gonna be a little bit of a one because unlike a lot of the other albums, this one was actually popular. Most of the time we listen to stuff that no one knows who the fuck it is. Like who knows who Phineas?
Yeah,
Bitch, I can't even spell Phineas. And that one's the top ranked album.
Is Manchester Orchestra the most popular band on the list? Oh, maybe I guess Rise Against.
Spirit Box.
Well,
now.
Yeah, you say that.
You say that now.
Right. Day to Remember.
Technically.
I guess technically. God,
so there's a lot of info.
Listen to
and there's a big old story we gotta talk about.
We're not good at picking shit.
Anywho.
Yes.
Yeah. This is My Chemical Romance's third studio album, following off the mighty success that was 3 Cheers for Revenge.
Great album too.
Yep.
It was released, and we're like old gaming with T now. We got multiple release dates, so this whole week was kind of its 15th birthday. Sure. For some reason, it got released on the 20th in Europe, a whole 3 days before the UK on the 23rd, which was a whole 24 hours before us in America on the 24th, which was a whole 4 days before Australia got it, and a whole 2 months before Japan got it on December 6th.
Well, hold on. If you were, say, in the UK, and you were a really big fan of these guys, you could have just taken the ferry over real quick, got the album, and come back?
Yeah.
I guess so.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah, release dates.
Really? 2000s, man.
I know, right?
Weird fucking time.
Yeah.
You get it this day. You get it this day. We'll give it to you a month later.
Right. I know. It's very odd.
No, Pretty Odd was a Panic at the Disco album.
Oh, you're
Josh.
right. I fucking.
Sorry.
That's a mistake. Wrong place. Wrong emo band.
Barely even emo. This album has 13 proper tracks. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna piss people off.
Yeah. We're gonna get more downvotes.
Bring them on, baby.
Bring them on. Let's do it. Right.
All the Brendan Urie stands. He just sings kind of okay, guys. It's okay. I get it. He sings high.
Love it.
Yeah, it has 13 proper tracks with one bonus track coming in at a hot 51 minutes and 53 seconds. The producers were My Chemical Romance himself and Rob Cavallo. Now, this guy, Rob Cavallo, let me tell you all about him because you know him.
Sounds
right?
familiar,
You know him.
actually.
Do I?
He is among the biggest selling producers in history and has produced or had creative involvement in albums that have sold over 130 million units worldwide. He has worked with Green Day on Dookie, Insomniac, Nimrod, American Idiot, and Bullet in a Bible. You notice where I stopped there?
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get
Now a lot of things making sense, huh?
Okay,
it.
yep.
A little
a lot of
bit.
things
Just
clicking
a
into
little,
place.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Also worked with Goo Goo Dolls on Dizzy Up the Girl, A Boy Named Goo, and Gutter Flower.
Okay,
Three
that's
great
fine.
albums
Boy
as well.
damn good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dave Matthews and his wonderful band, or the band of Dave Matthews, with the Big Whiskey and the Gruro King.
Oh, I fucking love So good.
And some lesser hype ones. Kid Rock, Rock and Roll Jesus, which I will argue is the best Kid Rock album. That's when he went like full on country with it, and it wasn't half bad for what it was.
Listen to Kid Rock?
I went to my dad was living in Oklahoma one summer, and the album came out, and I had to listen to it. It was better than Ba Widda Ba, okay?
I guess.
At least he was trying somewhat. Shinedown's The Sound of Madness, which is a great album too.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. I created the sound of madness. Wrote the book on pain. They were good live. Don't worry about it. And also produced Paramore's single Decode. So, specifically just that one.
No wonder this album
that's like the
so
best
fucking
song
good.
from them, though.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Shit,
Cavallo
okay.
has won 3 Grammy Awards. In '98, he won Producer of the Year. In 2004, Best Rock Album for American Idiot. In 2005, Record of the Year for Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Billboard magazine has ranked Cavallo number 45 in their 2012 Power 100 rankings. I guess of producers and shit. This album spawned 4 singles and 5 music videos for Welcome to the Black Parade, Famous Last Words, I Don't Love You, and Teenagers, and the 5th one being Blood, which I didn't know existed until last night. This was supposed to be My Chemical Romance's final album. Gerard said that at the end of Black Parade, it felt very natural, and to go beyond that, quote, I felt like betraying some sort of artistic command that I had within myself. And then, Danger Days happened, so...
Yeah, that's kind of...
Contracts.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Hey, you made a lot of money. So, let's do that
You want to
again.
do it again?
Listen, he wanted to make concept music for the emo kids, and then he wanted to write graphic novels for the emo kids, and then he fucked up with Danger Days. That's what.
Kind of. He was way ahead of the curve on the Squid Games haircut. Am I right?
I know. True.
So the song Black Parade actually began in 2002. It was one of the first songs they wrote, and there's a rough demo that they released, probably on that album, one of the remasters, called The Five of Us Are Dying. And if you listen to it, you can definitely hear what would later become Welcome to the Black Parade. All the basic structures are still there, but my God, the final product is just far and above away.
Yeah, whatever they did originally, in the trash.
The ideas are there, and then they got a good producer, and they're like, yeah, let's make this work. Apparently, Welcome to the Black Parade, it was going all the way back to the first album, and then they revisited it for 3 Cheers, but they still felt like it didn't fit right, and then finally found its place here.
Right.
Perfect. The band members said that this album was meant to be something lasting, something you could show your kids in 20 or 30 years later. Hey, we're almost there. Citing bands like Queen and Pink Floyd as major influences, as well as Sgt. Pepper's album by the Beatles and David Bowie's Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust.
Makes sense.
In fact, the working title for this album was supposed to be The Rise and Fall of My Chemical Romance, which would later be changed after the band's experience at the Paramore. Now, let me get into the making of, because the Paramore, Brett, I see your head tilt. Yeah, it's the same one as the Paramore sessions from Papa Roach.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is incredibly haunted mansion, notorious in fact. So bad that they eventually had to leave and like finish recording the album somewhere else. But there's a bunch of stuff, a bunch of spooky stuff. So now we enter the Nuke's top 5. Did you see it?
Did you see it?
Mikey Way was in the most haunted room. Rhythm guitarist.
Are you sure?
I think so, right?
It's Frank and Ray are the guitars.
Yeah. So Mikey Way.
No, Ray.
Oh, Ray.
Yeah.
So someone find out for me. I need a price check.
We need some.
Need a
Google machine.
Anyway, he was in the most haunted room where he became extremely depressed and temporarily left the group, which we'll get to a little bit. They had a bunch of dogs barking at thin air. Ray saw ghosts in his room. Heard there was doors slammed in front of people. Bathtubs were filled in water when no one was home in the drummer's room. Mikey is the bassist. Okay.
Yeah.
Gerard said that he experienced some night terrors in which he felt the sensation of someone gripping his throat, unable to move, and had nightmarish visions of Joan of Arc burning and loved ones dying. These encounters would later find their way into the song Sleep. So at the beginning of Sleep, when you hear that recording looping over and over, that's Gerard talking about his night terrors, and at the end, when he's talking about everyone burning, that's the nightmares and all the stuff he was having.
Ironically,
so very interesting.
That's Gerard's favorite track on the album too.
It is. It's a fucking good one. I didn't realize existed really until start going back on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. One night,
Mikey and Gerard are cousins, I think, or brothers.
Brothers. Yeah.
Brothers. Yeah.
One night after Mikey left the group, Gerard heard Ray playing a medley of Ozzy songs in the other room, so he picked up his guitar and they sat down and they wrote what would eventually become Famous Last Words. A lot of the lyrics, outside of the concept, is about Mikey not being there and Gerard feeling alone and all that stuff and all the pressures and all that shit. But if you listen to the intro guitar, the rhythm part, the dan it, it's Crazy Train just spread out. Yeah. Like after reading this and hearing it, I'm like, oh shit, yeah, they just ripped off fucking Ozzy.
Mm-hmm.
The band came across a painting of an angel while staying there, but after something beneath it was moved, there was a devil revealed reaching for the angel's feet. It's a lot of creepy stuff happening in this place.
That's cool as hell.
You see all this shit in this haunted house?
Yeah.
Yep.
In this fucking giant mansion.
I'm about it.
As I said, this is the same place where Papa Roach wrote the Paramore sessions. They have said that they heard footsteps and singing in the house. But a little more known fact, Brett. This is also where him recorded Dark Light.
Oh, no way.
Yeah. They didn't have any spooky stuff happen to them. Just a bunch of peacocks shitting everywhere.
Because they are spook.
Yeah, they are spooky. They are the ghosts.
They're vampires. Yeah.
So in order to get into kind of a method acting sort of mindset, Gerard eventually would cut and dye his hair short and white in order to become the patient, which is the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Costumer Colleen Atwood, who has worked with a bunch of Tim Burton projects, including Edward Scissorhands, Sweeney Todd, and Big Fish, designed the uniforms. So that's pretty poggers.
I can see it.
The videos for Black Parade and Famous Last Words were filmed back to back. Black Parade first, and then the next day at night, Famous Last Words. This is the only album that featured drummer Bob Ryer, as he sustained burned injuries during the video shoot for Famous Last Words. In the final shot, when the float from the Black Parade is, burning down completely, you actually see him. He is on fire in the video.
Oh, no way.
His leg caught, but because this was the only take they could get with the float burning, he just fucking powered through. So if you go and you watch the making of for the video, he's seriously just sitting there finishing up, and as soon as he's done, they're like, all right, get a medic in there, get something, because his whole fucking leg's on fire.
Holy shit.
But he persevered through it. The burns on his arms and legs would lead to a couple of missed tour dates from him, and eventually he got a staph infection from the burns.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, no.
Which would unfortunately lead to him parting ways altogether. Before he did, he's stuck on tour with them, helping out with the pyrotechnics and all that stuff, ironically. But yeah, so that's why this is his only album with the band, which sucks because the drumming in this, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize the drummer was different from Three Cheers. The drumming on this album is spectacular.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the drumming for Three Cheers, especially the Helena video, I guess shows off the other guy, Matt Palisser.
Mm-hmm.
But he looks so much similarly to Bob. And I always had them confused, growing up. I was like, that has to be the same dude.
It's just a bunch of emo kids, dude.
Yeah, I can't really tell. But hey.
Hey, listen, all these white people look the same, okay?
Yeah. That is true.
I'm pale, I can say it.
Yeah, Bob's legit, though.
Yeah, no, fucking fantastic. Really unfortunate what happened.
Mm-hmm.
The song Mama features vocals from Liza Minnelli, as well as Linda Iro. Yeah. Or Iro, however you say Frank's mom. Donald James and Donna Lee Ray.
Trump.
Shut up. Don't speak his name here. This is a holy place. We saluted earlier, okay?
Oh shit.
But yeah, Liza Minnelli is the only real feature on here, but obviously besides the chorus of the other voices. But Gerard said that he wanted the one moment where it's her part as someone speaking back to him finally throughout this whole album. He's been speaking out, and he wanted to hear her voice back for once. And goddamn, Mama is so good. What a masterpiece.
Yeah.
I think I've already said masterpiece once.
So, yeah,
my God, Mama is so fucking good.
Pretty good songs.
Oh, sorry. I got a little bit of news here.
Okay, go.
I was looking up Bob, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he actually was the drummer in all those videos.
Oh, really?
He did the videos, but he didn't record the drums.
Oh,
okay.
That would make sense.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
Now it's all coming together.
All coming together.
that would throw someone off.
Yeah.
Now here's something that's gonna blow your fucking minds.
Oh god.
This album debuted at number 2 on the Billboard Top 200, beaten only by the OG Hannah Montana soundtrack.
Nuh-uh.
Debuted at number 1.
You know who wrote most of those songs? Mitch from SR-71.
Yep.
Oh yeah, that's right. I feel like a top gifter will definitely tell us to do one of those.
Oh god.
Oh god, yeah.
It became My Chemical Romance's first and only top 10 single with "Welcome to the Black Parade" in the U.S., which is weird. You would expect with how big everything is now.
Come on,
something. Helena, anything. It did peak at number 1 in New Zealand, second in the UK and Canada, and it has been
everywhere.
Certified platinum in Australia, Canada, Europe, Ireland, Japan, New Zealand, and triple platinum in the US and the UK.
In the world.
Yeah. So yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
And that's the background. Before we get into the plot. I gotta go do something. So y'all talk amongst yourselves.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So going back to the whole Bob thing, because I'm still stuck on this, and I was pissed about this. I was like, that has to be the same dude, and I feel reassured.
Now it is the same. Yeah.
It is the same fucking dude.
It's just that's so weird though that they did that. I mean, cool.
Apparently, I guess Bob replaced the old drummer after the tour they had in Japan for that first album they had, that really weird vampire one.
Okay.
So Bob came in, even though Matt wrote all the drums for Three Cheers. So it was like he came in and was like, "Get the fuck out of here! You wrote the music, but I'm gonna play all the songs."
It's just that's so weird.
Wild, right? Yeah. But yeah, it kind of sucks that he was like, I'm not part of the band anymore. But I guess if you really do think about it, do we ever think of Danger Days?
No,
do you even
really.
know any songs on that fucking? Oh my god.
Now, boys,
Oh shit.
Jesus Christ.
when I was a young boy, my father took me to the city to see a goddamn marching band. What's up? Yeah, Steph had the fucking.
shit.
Steph had the jacket. We've been planning this for 2 months.
Man.
That's why I was so adamant that we did this. Yes.
That's
TikTok, be prepared.
Yeah.
What up?
Videos
What
are
up?
coming.
Oh, the videos are coming.
Oh my god, someone clip this.
I was worried that some of the makeup would get smeared when I teared up during the Bo Burnham bit.
Oh, right.
I was like, oh no. Anywho, welcome to the plot of the Black Parade. I'm your host, the conductor, whatever it is at the front of a parade. Snoopy.
The guy with the thing?
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
right.
So we should know this. We were in
I
marching
don't,
band.
we were in that kind of marching band.
Drum major?
Sure.
I
Who
don't
cares?
know. I don't fucking know.
Make it up.
I can't remember.
All right. This story actually begins at the end.
Right.
It introduces us to the main character, the patient, in his final moments as he's dying of cancer. And as the EKG flatlines, we are brought back to the moment 2 weeks ago when he is told that he will be dying in the song Dead.
Yeah.
I don't think that he actually dies here. So the thing was with the story as a whole is that a lot of conflicting views, right? Whether the patient is dead the whole time or if he's like just living out his last 2 weeks or something and just going through the motions. I kind of feel like when Black Parade happens, that's the moment that he's dying, and then his brain's just doing that chemical thing that brains do where everything kind of time's irrelevant. He's going through the process of dying throughout the rest of the album and also not dying in the real world, you know, jumping back and forth kind of thing. That's how I kind of saw it as storytelling goes. But I think the flatline kind of represents him going numb to the whole news. Don't laugh. We're taking this serious.
I was laughing at
We're doing a serious review.
Josh's camera.
Am I stuttering? I feel like
you were at like 2 frames per second and then like sped
nice.
up and now you're
I opened up Spotify and now my computer's about to blow up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep,
That's where you fucked up.
Yeah.
In Dead, Gerard takes on multiple characters, including the Doctor and Mother War. In this moment, the patient realizes that no one cares about him and that he will die alone. Oh no. The mother in the first verse asks, "Did you get what you deserve?" Angry at him for going to war and killing innocents. This is also a callback to Cemetery Drive on 3 Cheers. Ooh. A lot of callbacks in this too, by the way, throughout the whole album. Little tiny lines. You know, he says 3 Cheers during, I think, one of the later ones. I forget.
I think it was famous last words. He says it.
The doctor tells the patients that he has 2 weeks left to live, which leads him into a mental breakdown under the stress, which is signified by the breakdown in this song, which fucking slaps.
Yeah, dude.
And
That's
all he
smart,
can do
smart.
in his little breakdown in the end is laugh at his situation. Here he is. He's wasted his whole life. And now he's going to die of cancer. Isn't it morbidly ironic, like Breaking Bad or something? Is this just Breaking Bad? I think so. Jesse. That leads us to This Is How I Just Appear. Yeah, science, bitch. Yeah. The patient is reaching out to a long-lost lover in his final weeks. We don't know if this lover is dead, or just gone, or has blocked him from her life, but regardless, he is longing for her, and it is framed under the setting that someone is conducting a seance to reach her, inspired by Harry Houdini's wife, who did the same thing after his death.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
In fact, some of the lines in here are like kind of direct quotes that she, would repeat all the time. And then into The Sharpest Lives, which, again, another one that I kind of forgot about, but
Still
revisiting,
slaps.
holy shit, really good. Really good. The patient is now on death's door, aka he's becoming a bird, Josh. Death's door. Death's door
I
joke
want
in
my
2021.
bed.
Yeah.
That's my bud. He's alone and his life has fallen from his grasp, going downhill on a bender. He's hoping that he can drown the remainder of his life away through the booze instead of, going through the chemo and the death and the cancer bit.
Seems like a better way.
But yeah, if you could just die fucking drinking, why not? Vices, dude. Which brings us to the magnum opus of, I would argue, all of the emo genre. Welcome to the Black Parade.
Right.
One, I forgot it was this far into the album. When I was going through this, I was like, damn, we're at the halfway point. This is the end of side A on the vinyl. Weird. You would think that, yeah, you would think that this is like fucking way sooner. Same with Teenagers. Teenagers is at the very fucking end.
Yeah,
I'm like, oh yeah.
Far back.
Well, yeah, it makes sense. You have this entire like, hey, you're gonna die, and he's like, well, shit, I guess I am. And then like, hey, by the halfway mark, you accept that. I guess I'm going to the Black Parade.
Yep, and here it is. So we're now entering the patient's final moments, and like I said, I kind of view this as like it's all happening at once, but in his head, time's going slower and shit. Yeah. Because you could look at it like both ways. Like he's starting the chemo, and then he goes through the next 2 weeks, or whatever, dying and all that stuff, or whatever. As he's dying, his life is flashing before his eyes and brings him to a memory he has with his father, as death has come in the form of a black parade. His father asked him how he would live his life, or if it will be wasted. And it's been wasted, go figure. Sure. And as his brain is going through the motions, he wonders if Mother War is watching him, or if he want to be more literal, Gerard's grandmother Elena, after Helena.
Yep.
As well as his weary widow, aka his lost love. He's trying to fight off death, realizing that he was meant for more in life, but he's left to carry on in the parade. Boom. Which leads us to the first ballad, I Don't Love You. As he joins the parade, he's thinking of his lost lover. He doesn't want things to end the way they did while he was alive, hoping that having his heart broken would make the pain of leaving easier than things ending because of his death. And as the parade moves on through hell, he reaches the House of Wolves, another hidden gem banger. Hell is in the form of a jazz club, gentlemen. A jazz club in the seedy New Orleans, because that's what this song sounds like. The patient realizes this parade is heading to hell, because seedy jazz clubs only exist in hell, apparently. Seeing the company he's keeping in the afterlife, all these sinners, he begins to contemplate the concepts of innocence and wickedness, and how much his life was worth from the sins he's committed in life, from that war thing we kind of touch on a whole bunch. And brings us to, I don't know why I keep saying brings us to, you know how parades go. You stand in line, it moves over. So the parade is going by, and we're at the cancer part. Yeah. I think that this is the fact that he is in the process of dying finally starts to set in, as he's leaving everyone he loved and knew behind. Aunt Marie in the lyrics is likely an ironic reference to Marie Curie, who pioneered research in radioactivity and died of cancer due to her work, which I thought was a nice little lyrical touch.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
With Mama, the patient begins to come to terms with why he's being led to hell from the sins he committed in the war. Because he had to follow orders, he had to do terrible things that caused his own mother to abandon him later in life. The mother character is not looked at fondly throughout this whole story. But in his desperation, he calls out for his mother to no avail. He and all the other soldiers are damned forever. Everyone dies. There is no heaven. Come watch some TV. Summer, just come watch some TV. Or just go to sleep. As I said before, the recordings at the beginning of this is of Gerard talking about his own night terrors and all that stuff. The patient is reflecting back even further, commenting on how it's because of how this corrupt society raises its children that we are all damned to hell from the beginning. There is no hope. There's nothing. It's all systematic, brother. Ironically, the patient is unable to sleep now that he's dead, and he's realizing his regrets of how he lived his life. He is haunted by these nightmares. Nightmares of teenagers, because they scare the shit out of me. They could care less as long as someone lead, Brett. The patient now reflects on how he and all of us are groomed to be violent people through society. We live in a society, which was touched on in Sleep. It's a stark exploration of how hard every generation tries to control the younger one, leading to a constant war machine that spins the wheels of progress in the mud. The patient comments on how adults hate the younger generations for literally no reason, which, I mean, 15 years later, it's gotten worse.
Yeah.
It hasn't gotten better.
Even though we're all 30 years old now.
Yeah, no, we're the boomers. Disenchanted follows suit. As he's approaching his final breaths, he's seeing his entire life again as a film. He sees the parade as a child again, reflecting on his teenage years and the good times, and in the end decides that he's going to fight this, telling Ted to go away, Death, get out of here, go on, scram. Yeah, that's right, I'm the patient, I have cancer, you're listening to me, hooded man. And then, finally, but not finally, famous last words. Facing death, the patient finally realizes that life is hard, and he can either go quietly or go defiantly. He decides defiant. Yeah, go figure. He decides that if he can stay alive, that he will not be afraid to start over, even if he is alone, and actually start living life. Even though if he dies, he'll be forgiven in death for all his sins. So it's a lose-lose situation, but now he's like, nah, I want to live, damn it. I can't die like this. This is pathetic. I've done nothing. I've sat in the dirt for 5 years, just eating saltines. Although it's left vague. No, but that's the John Mulaney bit.
Yes, I know.
Although it's left vague to let the listener decide if he dies or comes back to life, the patient is going home, whether heaven, hell, or his shitty apartment, regardless. And in his final moments, he sees that his lost lover has come to see him one last time. And then in the epilogue of the story, we got Blood, the secret track. Because back in the day, kids, you used to have the last track be like 18 minutes, with 17 of those 18 minutes being nothing. Or random shit.
Right.
And then you get a little payoff
by myself.
My favorite of being at the end of Hefty Fine by Bloodhound Gang, you get like literally just a little soundbite, which is, hey, this is Bam Margera, and hidden tracks, fuck off, or some shit like that. That was it. Just 2 seconds. And it was like, neat. This is 2006.
Yeah.
So either the patient is alive again and is commenting on, even though how he just went through this whole death experience, life is sarcastically morbid. Don't get me started on those hospital bills. Or he's dead and this is the end credits to the story. You could really take it either way. And that's the Black Parade.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Nice.
Beautiful concept story. Great acting. Okay, Cody, good job.
Thank you.
No,
there was a reason why I was like, no, let's take 45 minutes before we start. We had to do this.
Oh yeah, you gotta put some makeup on.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Josh,
yeah,
is that not also the jacket? It reminds me of the cadets a lot.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect marching band style.
Yeah, make it like a maroon.
But it makes more sense because
Marooned.
you can actually wear that as like a blazer, right, or a jean jacket or something. It's not a fucking whole entire outfit.
Oh,
that's
a stick of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, so like when you're listening to the CD, like you mentioned, like you get to famous last words, the song's done, and it's like, wow, what a great ending to an album. And then you do have to wait. There isn't just, hey, can I skip to the next song? No, that shit's connected.
Yeah,
right?
Spotify
On a CD, that's how you do it.
Blood, gallons of the stuff. Yeah, it's fun.
Right.
Anyway, okay, well, let's get into our thoughts and opinions on this whole thing.
Yeah.
Josh, technically it was your pick, so why don't you start us off?
Yeah, so I obviously love this band. Really powerful in my formative years, right? Like listening to Three Cheers, going through, getting into my freshman year of high school, and this coming out, and it just kind of changing everything on like how I looked at like playing guitar and the culture I was in and stuff like that. Yes, I was maturing in high school, and this music is relatively simple, but still able to craft a good story. I feel like I feel ashamed, okay? Because I didn't appreciate this as much as I should have. Yeah. Because you hear, and this also during this period of time on the radio, you could hear these songs because they actually played music back then. All the time. Like you'd hear Black Parade, Famous Last Words, you know, I'm not okay. You hear all that stuff on the radio because Green Day was like taking over the world, right? At this moment in time. So like, the culture was different. But listening through this again a couple times, you know, this week, preparing for this review, man, like why didn't I listen to the songs in between?
Right?
God
Yeah.
damn it. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, of course I did, but I never paid it. I didn't really give a shit. And I don't know if it's because I liked Three Cheers better back then. Or maybe like Brett, we were talking about before the show, like our friend Tara in ninth grade was fucking obsessed with this band.
Shut the hell up
And
about
you couldn't get a word in edgewise listening to this shit.
Nope.
Okay, like it's like I don't want to listen to this. I don't want to hear anything from you anymore, Tara. Okay, like, and I get it now because it's good, right? And especially now that I appreciate the music that we had back then way more, because the music today kind of sucks a little bit. Yes, it's not technical, and yes, it's not heavy, but like you can find bits and pieces in there that are like, God damn, this is so good.
Oh, this
and
is
the fact
extremely
that
influential on a lot of bands.
For sure. And what I also like about this is I haven't listened to this album or this band in a really long time, and I still knew the fucking words.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
like honestly, like I got it. Like I don't have to worry about it. Somehow it's back here somewhere, right?
It's because we heard it so many fucking times.
That too. But man, I really enjoyed it. I found a new favorite. Famous Last Words was my favorite song back then. It still kind of is, but over this past re-listen, man, Sharpest Lives, bro. That's a banger.
Dude, that is a good song.
What a good song. I couldn't
Hell yeah.
Oh, and this does remind me, because I'm looking over in chat real quick, but it was Steph says that she's getting a Famous Last Words tattoo, right?
Yeah.
I was like, man, the lyrics are so tattooable.
Oh,
yeah.
all
Like,
over the place.
Oh,
So
yeah.
tattooable. I was telling Jen that yesterday. I was like, you can get this tattooed all over you. It is so good.
Just
The
get
li-
the
And
whole
the
song
line-
on your
many
back.
people have.
Oh yeah, right. And it's just the lines are so memorable. They're so powerful. They mean a lot. Even if you're not, yeah, it's a story about like death and afterlife and this and that and kind of morbid, but like you can connect to them in some way because it does matter to some people. Tara, right? Like,
yeah.
right? Like, I just feel like this was just a really strong period of time where this kind of music kind of crafted us and what we do in our futures and how we were musicians or what we listened to in the culture and things like that. So it definitely stood the test of time. Like that's what we do with the wall of retro, right? Is
Yeah.
see if the albums can hang, and this one fucking hangs.
This one's holding the bar for everyone else to hang off of.
Yeah.
right, and
yeah.
it is interesting too that To Find the Great Line on our wall of retro is at a 9 right now. Came out the same year,
Yeah.
and it makes sense.
Well, I
It
mean,
just makes
that was what we were having fun with when Brett and I was watching Tokyo Revengers. Fucking, they just going through the year and be like, okay, there is an actual date. Let's see what music was out right now, and then going through
yeah.
and realizing so many influential albums like came out in just the span of like a couple weeks.
Oh yeah.
And like looking back on it, it's like, holy shit, that was a big moment, and we kind of just, I don't know, took it for granted. It's the right word, but like we didn't know.
But we did.
We did,
Because
but we didn't.
we don't get that kind of shit nowadays.
No, we don't.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know this sounds boomery, but like I wonder how kids are feeling about music. Like us leaving 8th grade, or being in high school, either jumping a year, going to the next like either a freshman, sophomore, whatever. It's like having this music with you and then moving with that is just like, holy shit, this is like crafting my identity.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Right? It's like
I can think about it. 3 Cheers comes out, and then like that was when we're in middle school, and we're like, oh shit, there's a whole big wide world
right.
of pain and suffering I could be enjoying. And then this comes out right when fucking getting into high school and all that stuff.
Right.
Like,
Right.
oh,
It's
Yeah.
it's just wild that like I don't think you can connect to Billie Eilish like this, and that sounds so boomery to me. Like I don't want to say that, and I want the
Yeah,
kids to be
but
able to
it's-
have that, but it's like it's
wrong.
not the same.
It's not wrong.
It's right. It is like I like Billie Eilish, right? Like whatever the fuck's popular right now, Doja Cat, whatever. But like that's not making you cry every night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No,
if it
there's a
is,
reason why the
that's-
pop punk
that's
stuff is
fine,
coming back
but-
right now.
yeah.
Sure,
They're just-
sure.
Yeah, Jason's asking what they have now, and it's, well, they have this. They can listen to this.
Yeah, re-listen to
And
this.
many people do. Like,
right.
um,
Well, because
yeah.
middle school kids, some of them, the oldest millennials are like 40 now. They could have kids in middle school or like starting middle school.
Oh,
So
absolutely,
easily.
they do.
So of course they're being influenced by their parents now. It's not, we don't have Gen Xers or Boomers, having kids really in that age range anymore. So maybe that's why there's that resurgence we keep talking about. How like every so often you see that circle come back, and that's kind of like where we are again.
Yeah. I mean, for sure. I mean, look at the music my kids listen to and all that stuff. Fucking, you got me, whose favorite band is Inner Shikari, and baby mama's favorite band is Taking Back Sunday. It's like a perfect.
Right.
They're being raised right.
Yeah, it's like the same shit we listen to, so it does make a lot of sense. But looking at the categories now, I'm not going to get too specific so that we can wait for our final totals. But I really think that the songwriting and the lyricism is just top tier.
Oh my God.
There's so many good lines, and even though it's not super technical, right? That was my lowest. My musicianship was the lowest on here, but by no means is it a low score. It's just like they just can't. They're not doing anything, highly technical. They're just writing good songs.
Yeah, it's a lot of power chord-ish.
Yeah, it's power chord. It's punk rocky, kind of standard rock and roll.
So, yeah, rock and roll. Yeah.
Right. Yes, with that emo twinge, right? But like production value wise, 2006, I don't know what's going on with this year, but like we said it before, that someone got a hold of this and was like, I know how to make music here.
Yep.
Come into my office.
Yeah.
I guess that's the
Pro
Cavallo
Tools became very available all of a sudden.
Right. Like that's what it seems like. It's like everything that was coming out around 2005, 2006 sounds good. If it's not a band's first album that they made in their garage.
And they got a little bit of Warner Brothers money behind them.
Right.
Yeah.
And they also went on tour with Green Day, so they were like, yeah, we can give you money. Right. Like, so there's that. Originality, obviously no other band was really doing this to this level.
Doing it or doing it now. Wow.
Right. Very original. Good job on them.
The closest you get is American Idiot. Which,
sure. Like there isn't a lot of rock opera kind of shit going on besides these two bands that coincidentally went on tour with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think American Idiot helped get this to this level.
Oh, for sure. Especially, I mean, you saw them on tour for American Idiot while they're doing Three Cheers. So obviously they're like, oh yeah, we could do this.
Yeah, the people who liked, Insomniac, right, went to see American Idiot because it's just Green Day. I want to go see Green Day. They're a band I listened to 10 years ago. And then they're like, holy shit, who's this fucking new band that's opening for them? Now you got new fans, like, because it's so similar.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
Right? It's not like it's so, this is for
what
the
a good
young
time.
kids. Right, whatever. So cool. Then consistency, solid. I didn't really find any lulls, except that there were a couple songs that did pull down my vibe because it's so fast and crazy sometimes, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna do an acoustic thing.
Piano.
Yeah, piano ballad. I don't necessarily love that, but I get why an album needs that. You do need a palate cleanse. I get it. Again, not a terrible low score, but just like ish score, right?
Okay.
And the memorability, I was really surprised on how much I remembered it.
Yeah.
Like it's all in there, and now listening to these other ones, they're already stuck in my head. They're very catchy tracks. So it's up there, top tier.
Top tier. Brett, before you get into yours, I put a link in back of house if you want to pull it up real fast, talking about how
Second.
Yeah. Talking about, Josh, you mentioned like the influences it has on like today's generations and all that stuff. I found this article from the New York Times that was really well
We're
done.
getting legit on this research.
Yeah, we are. You got the little conductor dude leading all the different
that's
albums. So if you scroll down, it'll
cool.
go through. You can kind of do it a little quick too.
Not let me scroll.
You can't scroll?
No.
What the hell?
Not let me
Is it
do
broken?
Yeah.
What
No.
do you mean?
I can't
Turn it
scroll. I
off.
can't scroll.
Yeah, arrow keys. Try your arrow keys.
It's straight up broken.
Nothing. Yeah, nothing.
Weird.
Maybe this has to finish first. Oh, look, say anything's in there. That makes sense.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
the
it's
Killers,
American
Green
Idiot.
Day.
I can
Yeah.
click
Alright.
on these. What the hell?
Black Flag. Okay, duh.
Ozzy. That's
Mhm.
21 Pilots. Is that what that one
Yeah.
was? Oh, yes.
Oh yeah,
Dude.
fucking come on. I know.
Yeah, right.
Duh. Like,
Yeah, can you click your center button and
Dude,
scroll that way?
I've literally tried everything.
Weird. Okay, well, can't use this, but anyway, they went through those albums.
Yeah.
Go read it. There it is.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
you
it's
go.
great. Basically, right, you were telling us, Cody, that it's what inspired it, and then
What it inspired, yeah.
right, yeah.
So you see, like, you got the Billie Eilish, you got the 21 Pilots, and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But you also got all the Ozzy stuff, and you can definitely hear all the, like, you know, the classic rock and metal influences all throughout this and stuff, and also, of course, like ELO and Sgt. Pepper and Bowie and shit. I mean, fucking the end starts on a progression from Pink Floyd, from the beginning of The Wall. Like,
they're just stealing stuff, but tastefully.
Yeah. All right, Brett,
Yeah, so-
you go ahead.
Yeah, tell us
when
a
this
little bit.
when this album came out for me, like that 2006, I was starting to go into August Burns Red and that kind of shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
you
that
too
was
yeah,
close.
we were starting to go metalcore at that
Yeah,
point. I
so,
was still
like-
holding on to punk rock a little bit.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, 'Cause, like I mean, I was massive Green Day fan.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. There was just something about just the hardcore metal stuff. Like I just kind of veered off into that and just got lost for a while. So like I kind of skipped this album. I mean, I heard a lot of these songs so much on the radio, so I kind of felt like I didn't really need to listen to it. So this isn't the first time I've actually listened to it, but this is the first time I've like sat here and really
Paid
tried
attention.
to
Yeah, pay attention.
exactly. And it's good. I like it a lot. I definitely think that this is my highest score for an album.
Wow,
And,
like,
and I'm not being I wasn't just trying to be nice.
Like, of
Yeah.
all the albums?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm looking at it right
I know
now
mine is.
because
Wow.
like so especially on the retro side, Under Oath is our top one.
Yeah.
I fucking love that album. I love that band. I love everything about them. I have to be in a mood to listen to that. I
Sure.
could turn like any of these songs. You could turn them on at any time and just be like, "Yep, let's go."
Yep. True.
Oh, shit.
And so
shit.
that has to take into account into something. So it's
Yeah.
it's
Wow.
it's up there. Yeah,
Heard it here first.
See,
chat.
everyone was saying Brett's gonna hate it.
I'm
like,
gonna
there's
hate
no-
on it. and
I was like,
didn't-
listen, I know Brett. There's no way he's gonna.
I'm not gonna hate on this one.
Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah, I like it. I
color me shocked.
Someone get Brett the eyeliner.
Put on the tie, bro.
Bro, yeah, I got the tie right here. But no, it's really good. I think we talk about production a lot, especially around this time. And I know we always give the excuse of like GarageBand exists or Pro Tools is easy, but it's still hard to master. No, this shit sounds good as fuck. Everything about this is well thought out. It's they cared about this. This is a product that they really wanted to do.
Yeah.
This was not Manic by Wage War, which, as you said in the review, it's I have to do an album. Here's an album.
Yeah, exactly. Like no,
Yeah.
this is thought out and worked on for a long time, and you could tell.
Passion project, yeah.
And it's good. I will say I don't remember most of it, going into it, and I remember the songs a lot better now. I still don't remember every single song.
Yeah.
So I think I did give 1 to 10. I can't remember which one it was though. One of them did get a 10 though.
Shit.
Wow.
But there was
Yeah.
also there was an 8, so it kind of it evens itself out a little bit.
Uh-huh.
That's
But
that's
yeah,
insane.
it's up there though. I got nothing to shit on this one.
Damn. All right.
Holy
Right?
shit,
Fuck,
chat.
dude. That's a first.
Fucking breaking
What is
boundaries here.
happening? I know.
So yeah, I think this is probably one of the best concept albums of all time. As Jason said in chat,
I got
it
one
is
more
the
date on it.
millennial. It's the millennial Night at the Opera by Queen. It's the millennial wall.
Right.
Like,
Mhm.
Right.
I don't want to listen to those other albums when I have this. I came out with this, and I think this achieved the goal that they had, which was having something for our generation to show our kids in 20, 30 years and be like, hey, this is what we were listening to when we were your age. Isn't it cool still? And it is. It is still cool. We
Yeah.
could tell that it is because of the meteoric, rise to repopularity it's had in the last couple years or so. Because there was a point in time where no one ever talked about My Chem, only us, you know, and even that was just kind of like, yeah, My Chem, except for the super fans and everything.
Tara,
But
yeah.
especially with TikTok now and the whole emo revival and shit like that, like, yeah, they want to fucking pull all-time low and all that other 303 into this. It's like,
I will
nah,
say,
dude,
I was
that
telling,
fucking G-note kills everybody.
I was telling Cody earlier during the F1 race, like, I hear like Pierce the Veil and Sleepwalker Sirens and Chiodos, like I hear the influence a lot. Which is cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
I mean, even on the musicianship side, there's stuff like this whole album is full of octaves, like lead guitar octave stuff.
Yeah.
Like just sliding octaves, right? And I remember in this time when we were writing music, if Jeremy didn't fucking put a sliding octave riff on a fucking song, it wasn't a song, right? Because it was so important at this point in time.
Yeah.
And Sleeping with Sirens, one of his favorite bands, right? Pierce the Veil, he took a lot of influence from that. Clearly, it came from somewhere, right?
Yep.
So it does make a lot of sense.
But you could hear it.
Yeah, and it's done well too. It's not just like, hey, here's some octave chords for no reason, you know?
Right. They're important.
I believe this album is the one that sets MCR apart from all their contemporaries, like by a country mile. Yeah. Like, you can't put this album next to Fall Out Boy or next to Panic at the Disco, or the closest you'd get maybe Paramore, right? And nothing against any of those bands, but this one just does everything that they were doing, cranks it up to 11, and then is polished to shit.
Yeah, and I'm really curious how that shift happens, because like we mentioned the Used, we mentioned like Fall Out Boy, like you said, those bands, like they didn't have an album like this.
No.
Yes, they have, you know, From Under the Cork Tree, and that's a cool album, right? Right? Yeah. People like that, right? But it's not to this level. This is like,
that sounds like shit compared to this.
They're like, we can continue to be a standard emo band and make 3 Cheers Part 2, or we can do this because we toured with the cool older brother Green Day, and they taught us how to fucking do this, and now we're gonna do it better.
I mean, I'd argue that this does it better than American Idiot does as a whole piece. It's very close.
Ooh.
I know that's gonna ruffle y'all's feathers, but like
I was gonna ask,
I think,
are you still Green Day, or are you more My Chem?
I think that Green Day is longer and more epic. It's stronger as a full ass, because like they're talking about Saint Jimmy in like the 12th song, and that song's number 6. You know what I'm saying? Like he wrote a better story that is more straightforward.
Yes.
But it's long. You have to, if I'm going to listen to, you need 10 minutes to listen to Jesus Suburbia.
Yeah.
Who's doing that?
Yeah.
Not a lot of people, right? This one is more like every song is more composed. Yeah. It's very small. I can listen to each one. I know what's going on. I'm not saying it's better, but it has a good chance to take it on.
It has a good chance to take it on.
I'd be very interested to do American Idiot one day and see where it ranks on this list comparatively.
I've been waiting to do that one.
When we're bigger, slightly bigger.
Yeah, like, cause man, it's Green Day, dude.
Yeah,
I know, bro.
Listen,
there are so much of our shit back then.
There are certain albums that in my head I'm like, I want to do it, but I'm like, I want to wait till we have a bigger audience before I start talking.
Like when I was talking about Linkin Park, I was like, nope, it's not the time for that.
Not the time.
It's not the time.
Oh, that's gonna be fun too.
Yeah, I was telling Brett earlier this morning too that where American Idiot is a rock opera, right? You know, it isn't a rock opera, and you got a stage show and all that stuff. This is beyond a rock opera, because Green Day was trying to do a rock opera. This feels more like fucking Broadway. Like, it has the big swooping fucking numbers and all that stuff that you would see in like fucking like Phantom of the Opera or like, fucking you know.
That's why
rock horror shit.
That's why I said during the race too.
Musical theater.
Yeah, this is Theater Kid.
It's the Theater Kid.
Yeah.
But oh my god, because of that, like, and it's not just, you know, punk dude trying to do a rock album. It's a Theater Kid doing a theater album.
Yeah.
I think that's why, at least to me, I mean, maybe it's because singer and the singing and all that stuff really is center stage at the end of the day with the story and everything and the patient and all that stuff. The story to me kind of hits, I think, a little bit better than American Idiot does for me. I don't know. It's hard.
From that perspective, I want to agree with you because yes, we see the Broadway show of American Idiot. We've seen that, right?
This should have gotten a Broadway show, or at least a fucking Disney movie.
Sure.
Because this is like a Disney. This is a Disney movie. This whole thing, just way more rated R.
Right.
But like, Steph and I were listening to the Disney songs the other day on the way back from the storage unit. Right after listening to this, and I was just like, "Oh, this is the same."
Oh yeah.
All the big, nice little chord progressions and key changes are just swung in there for no reason. Amazing.
Yeah, it's just like you listen to the songs on the rock opera of American Idiot, and it's like, you know, they have to do something to them to make it fit Broadway. You wouldn't have to do a single fucking thing to these songs.
Right.
Not a damn thing.
To Black Parade, it just works best. But like that's different kind of genre, a little bit, very similar. Both perfect things in their own.
In their own right, yeah. American Idiot's more of an external story, where Black Parade is an internal story. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah. Like you guys said, upon revisiting, I realized how important this album was in my growth as a connoisseur of music, if you will. Because the bar they set is just so stratospherically high in every way. Like, to me, I didn't realize how much I really did like this album, because I was never like a huge MCR fan at all. I know I'm doing it for the bit, but like, you know, at that time I was listening to him. You know, I didn't want it was popular on the radio. Didn't want to care about it because
that's
in my mind they were wrong. It was too popular and it was overplayed and all that other bullshit.
Yep.
But then I saw them with Linkin Park for Project Revolution, and they blew my fucking mind away. I still remember, like, that's all the way back in 2007. I still remember it. I still remember the emotions I felt by their performance, how well everything was. Just Gerard as a frontman, like, I honestly I don't know, like it just. They're up there with Linkin Park, him, and like Volume 3 by Slipknot for me upon revisiting this album. And I never knew that. I never realized. But like Josh said, so much of what is out today is missing the heart and the soul that this album has. It's like, I didn't realize I would like it as much as I did on the re-listen. I knew I would like it. I knew I would rank it high. But my God, like, just going through it and paying attention to the story, paying attention to the tracks that I forgot about, like Sleep, Disenchanted, House of Wolves, and just going through them like, holy fuck, these are good. Yeah. Even when you think the song is about to be boring and it's a boring piano ballad, in comes the rest of the band to slap you in the face for being so stupid. You know?
Yeah, I don't think I'll be going back to listen to it like a whole lot after this.
Like as a full listen,
yeah,
like top to bottom.
Like I'll still listen to the the singles when they come on.
Yeah. There are songs that I went through and I was like, I haven't listened to this in a while. I need to put this on my playlist, on like my shuffle. I liked a few. I'm not gonna go top to bottom because it is a thing I really do want to sit and listen to it if that happens. But I'm with you where the singles are strong. There are some tracks that I have favorited as well. They work well. They're just good songs.
Yep.
Perfect for the show.
Before we move on to the reviews and all that stuff, in The Sharpest Lives, the line, "So why don't you blow me? A kiss before she goes." Great wordplay.
Yeah.
So why don't you blow me? A kiss before I go. It's that pause is so great.
Yeah.
Very good.
Phrasing.
Brett, press next on the song.
Why is this in our
I don't
thing?
know.
It's from the game chops that they did with the Final Fantasy stuff. Yeah, I gotta go through and get rid of those.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Well, we were
all right.
jamming out some fucking prog metal earlier.
I know. So I did all.
I think that was I think that was we know the guy in the band. He has long hair. He does guitar stuff that we know, like personally know. I forget his name. Polymotive.
You
know him, Josh.
Yeah.
I know you know him.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway.
Okay. Yes.
So before we get into our numbers, of course, it's time to talk about some reviews around the net. Now, because this is such a big album, there's a lot of ones to choose from, and I'm glad that I did, because there are some shocking ones on here. It's not just going to be a whole wank fest, as you especially in today's terms, suspect. Because like that Guardian review we were looking at earlier, not all of these are favorable. There are some 6s in this list of reviews that I found. At the time, I was reading the reviews for the lower ones. At the time when this came out, dude, everywhere was just panning it as like, oh, it's so fucking overdone and over dramatic, blah 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 blah.
I could see back then the theatrics are a little too much.
Okay,
how spoiled we were.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
seriously.
Anyway, so there's 20 of these. Hold all your questions, please, to the end, if any. I'm just gonna run through them real fast so we can get through this.
Yeah, there you go.
Review stream 8, IGN 8.1, punknews.org 7, Discogs 9.46, the soundboard reviews 6, Rate Your Music 7.8, All Music 9, Music Board 8, Album of the Year 8.7, The Guardian, I found a different one, 8, The Needle Drop, Anthony Fantano 7, I think. His review was kind of weird. I'll explain in a second. Immortal Reviews 9.7, Blender 9, NME 9, Rolling Stone 8, Spin 8, Uncut 8, Q 6, Project Collective 9, and Metacritic 8.8.
That's kind of all over the place.
Yeah, right?
Weird.
I was very
It's
shocked.
really inconsistent. Yeah.
Yeah, they got pelted with piss at Reading because they opened up or they were playing above Slayer or Megadeth or some shit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Duh.
well,
Yeah.
fucking boomers, dude.
Yeah. Let's go have Metallica shit and then fucking Mike Kemp like, duh.
I know.
Who
Here's
thought
that-
through?
Here's that deleted Guardian review. That was, they got rid of it. Those that witnessed the piss-filled bottles raining down on them at this year's Reading Festival will understand how metalers feel about My Chemical Romance. Album 3 sees New Jersey's pale-faced suburbanites mold their poppy emo into a bizarre range of guises. From the cock rock of Cancer to the stadium schmaltz of The End, it reeks of a band with ideas above their station. Worse, it employs a pseudo-theatrical feel, as if they're Meatloaf's exploit nephews. The marching band outro on Welcome to the Black Parade is the final nail in the coffin. Boy, how wrong could you be in every fucking
Yeah,
term?
because they're sucking Metallica's dick. That's why.
You know what? Kindred spirits, because I remember when him played with Metallica and they got shit thrown at them too. The whole time Village just like,
What a bunch of fucking idiots.
but we like each other.
Yeah.
I know.
Why can't y'all like each other? Anyway. So, where do y'all think those, or do y'all have any questions about those reviews? Anything stood out? I know the IGN bit stood out to me.
I think IGN just because it's weird that it was IGN.
IGN! Yeah, I know. Weird,
Yeah,
right?
Weird.
Strange.
No, not I kind of see it for the time. I kind of see it. I would like to see, like what we do where you go back and be like, did this actually hold up?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're here to.
I feel like
that.
they would change their minds because there's something nostalgic about it, and even like people still like Queen, right? And this is very symbolic to that. Like it's very similar. And then, it's probably people coming out of the '90s and being like, you know what? I fucking hate this new emo that's coming through. I love grunge, and then all the grunge people are like, listen to what's happening in the '80s. Fucking screw metal. It's like it's just the generation before hating it. That's all it really is.
Oh, you mean self-fulfilling the prophecy in teenagers? Weird.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I sent Josh a TikTok of this one dude who was like, he was a little bit older than us, and he was like, love the album, love Teenagers a bunch. The one thing that I have a gripe with is that you have the perfect rhyme scheme of teenagers scare and couldn't care less instead of could have cared less, because grammatically it's not correct and it would have fit the pattern, right? But he's like, but that's kind of the point. It's irritating enough that old men like me are like, God damn it, why didn't they just do the right thing? But it makes sense.
Right.
Yep.
Right. It was
Brilliant.
like a dig in the writing. Yeah.
Where would y'all reckon the average? Oh yeah, wait. Needle Drop for Anthony Fantano. He did a review of it, like a kind of retro review, like we're doing. He didn't give a number at the end of it, but he started his video with 7th and E 10 Tano, so I'm going to assume that meant it was a 7 out of 10. So that's where I got that.
Okay.
All right. So where do y'all think it sits from the average?
I'm gonna guess a random 8.4.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking with all those high like 9.7s and shit, I'm thinking like 8.3, 8.4 as well.
Okay. That would be an 8.13.
Okay.
So a little lower.
Okay.
So we're there, I guess.
Alright.
My score is hella higher than that.
Yep.
Oh, mine is too.
Yep.
Is also the highest score I've given so far.
Right. I'm not entirely sure if this is my highest, but I know it's up there. I can't remember.
I think it's
Yeah,
going
so-
number 1.
I think so.
too.
Yeah.
All right. Give it to me, boys.
All
Where are your
right.
numbers at?
Here's mine. Okay. 9.15.
Okay. Any reasoning behind that?
I think what I saw, and this is, I pretty much gave everything 9s and 10s. Okay. And the only thing that's low is my musicianship based on technicality of their work.
Okay.
And that was a 7.8 for me. But everything else, 9.4, 9, 10, 8.7, 10. Right? It's all up there.
It
Wow.
came
for
out
me.
to 9.15.
9.15. Did you get a
Brett.
higher score than me, Brett?
I did.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Brett, what's
did.
yours?
The 9.25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Oh shit.
what was your lowest score? Do you remember? Like what was
I
your
think it
lowest
was
area?
musicianship and memorability. I put 8.
Okay, so I didn't reach the 8 on musicianship.
I give it because there's a couple like solos and stuff that they're good.
You're right. You're right. I just feel like I was thinking I'm gonna rate it like you rate it usually. Are there fucking time
It's-
signatures and chuggies? No.
Yeah.
So it goes down a little bit, right?
I heard enough in there to
Push
me
you
to
up.
like it.
Okay.
Well,
Put this bitch at 10. Go for it.
I'll have a little spoiler alert, guys. My lowest was a 9, and it was for originality. So that's where we're starting.
I believe that.
Yeah, everything scored real high. Songwriting and lyrics, 9.6. Musicianship, I did 9.5. More so, yeah, it's not technical, but like again, you don't always have to be technical to be really, really good. Sometimes less is more,
No, I
Yeah.
agree
And-
with you. I just think I looked at this metric specifically in that
Yeah,
vein. So
that's fair. Yeah, no, for sure. Production 9.8. I don't know how this was written and recorded in 2006.
I know.
It sounds better than most of the things we have today. How did we
Agreed.
go backwards? And then consistency is 9.3 and memorability 9.7. I rated it really high because I remembered most of the songs except for like 2 or 3.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And even now I'm like, oh, those are fucking bangers.
Yeah.
So my average is a 9.48.
Oh, this is killing it.
Oh man, yeah.
It's killing it. 9.32.
I
got
hear a
one-
9
A 1.5, a 2.5, and a 4.8.
Yeah.
amp. I hear a 9.32. What else? What else? Where are we going?
We
I'm
got
thinking it's-
9.27.
Brett,
Okay.
you want to switch the scenes?
Oh yeah.
Sorry, Under Oath. Going down.
You know?
It makes sense.
I think so.
Well, you are correct. But by how much?
You're Yeah.
Motherfucker.
yeah. There you go.
There you go.
All right, well, you didn't make a new scene like you did with the last one.
I thought I did. And then I looked real quick and I was like, fuck.
All right.
What do we got? Come on.
All right. So what
9.32.
were the guesses?
No whammies.
9.32?
I think 9.27.
Okay.
Ooh, Brett. Ooh, Brett.
No
Oh,
way,
Brett.
No way. Oh, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh,
Good job,
shit.
Mike Chem.
Wow,
Good job.
it did it.
It did it.
It did it. The crazy
yeah.
bastards, they did it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Actually, the
Wow.
other day I looked to see if, because they said they were going on tour, they were going to, push the tour again. I was like, let me just look and see. Still sold out.
Is it?
Yeah, and I'm just assuming they're just going to allow everyone to redeem their tickets that they already had. Oh man. How awesome.
I'm blown away.
Like I
Th-
understand.
th- this will be a
understand it,
hard one to
honestly.
beat. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
thinking-
I don't think I'm gonna give a score higher than that. I don't know if I know anything that I like. If we do Green Day, then
Say-
maybe. That's like the only thing that I think.
Green
I
Day's
see-
a maybe.
Green Day and Linkin Park.
Linkin Park
Linkin
Park
Park.
serves some maybes.
I could think maybe like
I'll be
City,
blown
City
away.
of Evil if we do that. I think that could get up there.
Ooh, yeah.
That could do it.
Are we doing
But-
wall of retro? Yeah.
Yeah, if it's retro, I think that's it. I don't think anything. Go up to the Wall of Mosh. Is there anything high up there?
Not that
I mean,
high.
Not that high. Yeah, so it makes sense, honestly. It really does. What if we get a tie? They fight each other.
No, if we get a tie, then we decide collectively where it goes. On the very off chance that we get a tie.
You know what could get there? Maybe, very maybe. Homesick. Maybe.
Nah.
That's a big maybe.
I'll have to listen.
I think that only
That's hard, dude.
if
That is
it
hard.
was a pre-welcome home, maybe.
Yeah.
Right,
That's-
can I have a
that's
dirty
tainted.
taste in my mouth?
Yep.
Yeah,
Tainted
yeah.
at all.
See, what
Yeah.
I like about the Wall of Retro is that we started this with how we're, reviewing currently. Like, there isn't any mistakes, any like, oh, how did that get there? No, this is like perfect. We reviewed this with our rules
Oh yeah.
and everything. This is a very honest list. This top
Yeah.
10 right here.
Fucking
Yeah.
great.
It's wild.
And Darren Gray, you're just there.
Yeah, Meteora maybe. Because
Meteora.
that album came out in 2020.
Yeah.
Wall of Retro is just anything that didn't come out this year, so. But yeah, guys.
Very good.
Wild.
I'm blown away. As much as I'd love a Say Anything or an Enter Shikari or a Him album to get up near top, I realistically don't see that happening. Maybe
Yeah.
one day. I'll be amazing. I'd be very happy, but like I'm fine with that album being
Yeah.
the number one
I just
for
think-
like ever.
I think collectively, when you look at this band and this album, there's bits and pieces of like everything that we all like
Yeah.
individually.
Yep.
So it's like, it isn't like, oh yeah, Cody and I like something a lot, or Brett and I like metalcore a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
it's just there's something about this wholly that makes it work, and that's why it belongs where it belongs.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks, chat. Thanks for hanging out,
That was
watching
fun.
us.
Yeah.
So now
So-
blow the fuck up out of this YouTube video,
Please,
all over
we-
the damn place.
I had to. We had to look through a whole storage unit for this jacket. So
Right. So
Storage Wars.
once this is up on the YouTubes, because you wouldn't be watching it any other fucking way, okay? Share it with your friends. If you like us on Twitter and on Facebook, we'll have the video parts of it. Share clips there as well on your things, because we want to get better at this. We want to do this more.
Mhm.
And I think if you liked what we got going on here, you'll like our. I bet your friends do too. Okay.
That's cool.
So
yeah, it's her
wow,
album.
that is very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
Yes. Hi, new number one. How are you? I'm doing pretty okay. How are you? I'm excited to announce the next week's album. Thanks, Black Parade.
So is it
Uh,
your pick next week?
It is my pick. It is our predetermined. It is the Halloween episode. Don't expect this much effort.
Ooh.
I don't think we need it for this next one.
Yeah. But the next one, because it's Halloween and it is spooky, it is a new album. We're going to be doing the new Ice Nine Kills album.
Right.
Silver Screen Part
Be very
2.
fun.
Welcome to Horrorwood.
There we go.
Oh.
And the week after that will be our sub week.
Yeah, so you have a week, everybody, to get in, give some subs, beat out Happy Raptor. We have to reach out and find out what they want to do.
Right. if you send 6 subs, gift those, then you win. Right.
And then you
But
can
right now,
sub.
Happy's doing it, and he's holding strong. So there you go. Anything else from you, homies, before we move on?
No, I mean, if you guys want to see the watch music videos with us live, come join us on Twitch.
Right.
Next.
Next time, because you won't be around. We're gonna do it right
Yes, next time.
Yeah, we're going to go watch a lot of music.
now.
now. Right. Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Yeah.
Later.